Hello and welcome to Katrina's Creations. I've got a ton of things to share today. Let's get started because I do have a lot of things. First off, I have 2 finished objects. So we'll start with the crocheted one. No more shrunken head. We have a little doll here. And there she is. I made her into a little ballerina. So there she is. I did a little tutu for her. This was some novelty yarn that I got from my local yarn store, and then I put that up along the bodice as well. And then I made some little ballerina shoes for her. They're just tied with little bows, and it's the same that matches her hair. So there she is. So she looks like she's up on point. So this will be for my granddaughter for her first ballet recital in May. So anyway, that is my finished crochet project. And then I have finished the basket wave shawl finally. And I've knitted actually longer than what it looks like here. I re-knit this whole section last time because I noticed a mistake. And so I re-knit it. So I actually knitted all the way up, like pretty much half of the shawl. I just took this off of the blocking, where it was being blocked in my laundry room. So I have not even woven in the ends yet. But here is one end. And then it gets narrower. And then it gets wider. And the colors here, this is from A Party of 5 by Sweet Georgia. This is Sapphire. This is Bluebird. This is, what is that? This is Chill. This is Breeze. I don't remember. I don't remember what this color is. I'll put it down here in the links. What they are from the darkest to the lightest. And let me show you what the patterns look like. So the beginning one down here starts with a seed stitch, and then it moves to kind of a double seed stitch, and then it moves into a basket weave version, and then it has a reverse basket weave, and then it has, this is a basket weave, but if you look closely, there's a little twist at the top. You can really see it on the back. These are almost like little mini cables. They're only 2-stitch cables all the way across. So it gives it just kind of a little touch of lace with the lighter color at the top. Now, there's only one thing that I will change when I reknit this. If you look closely, you will see spots that look like there's holes, like right here. There's one right here. You can see them. What those are, and here's one here. You can see 3 in a line right in here. They are where the decreases took place. Not the decreases. They are where the short rows were turned. So I think, because I don't want it to look like it's a hole there, I will do it as a German short row. So here you can see it too. You can see right where I did the turns, right along this section. So as I said, I think when I re-knit this, and I will knit it a second time. Actually, I might knit it 3 times. But anyway, when I do that, I will do a German short row. So I still have to weave in the ends. Like I said, I haven't woven in anything. You can really see the ends hanging out on this side. So nothing's been woven. But here it is. It has been blocked. So it is roughly, I'd say it's about between 5 and 6 feet. It's almost exactly my wingspan. And its depth is about almost 2 feet. I'd say it's close to 2 feet, maybe about 22 inches. And then this side, where it's the narrowest, is only about 2 inches. So I will be writing this up and knitting it one more time and sending it to the 2 people who have offered to test knit for me. I will be contacting the 2 of you this week just to see if you're still interested. So let me show you what I'm planning on making this with the next time I knit this. This is when once I write the pattern up, I knit it again just to kind of make sure it all makes sense. So let me show you. You guys tell me which one you think I should do it with. Choice number 1 is this yarn here, which is called Ubiquitous. It's Sweet Pea Sock. This I got at the store Ubiquitous up in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. And to go with it for the solid color, I got this. So the next one I'm going to make is not going to be with a gradient color. I'm going to do a variegated color for each of the, like what the blue sections were. And this as the solid, which is like a teal color. And you can see it's very, very close. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is a tonal brown. It's like a chocolate brown, and this one together. There, you can see it a little bit better. Those 2 together. I will probably do both of these eventually. I'm leaning towards this to do for the second one because I think in photographs it will show up better. So this is the one I'm leaning towards. Let me know what you think though. So those are my 2 finished objects. Now let's go on to my works in progress. I have a sock, a set of socks that I'm working on, 2 socks at once, doing the magic loop method. I have a series of tutorials running on how to do this. If you missed those, they are, just click the little eye up here. It'll take you to the playlist. So far I have gotten, these are little shorty socks that'll just go up on my ankles. So there is the back of them. So here's the top where the cuff is. Here's where the heel is. And I've just turned the heel, and now I'm doing the, minus my hair, I'm doing the decreases along the instep. And so if you have been watching, this Wednesday's video will be the tutorial for doing the decreases along the instep. So that is project number 2. Like I said, 2 socks at once on 1 set of circulars. Project number 3 is the scarf that I'm making for my husband. And I've gotten a few more rows. Of course I'm mid-row, so I can't pull it completely out and show you. But I've gotten a little bit of ways since last week. I was right about here last week, so I've put on about an inch, 3/4 of an inch to an inch. This is knit lengthwise, so I guess I could put a stitch marker, but I'm really afraid of pulling the linen stitch, which is what this is. There you can see it really well. It kind of looks woven, but I'm really afraid of putting a progress keeper in that it will pull one of these stitches some. So I haven't. I've been just keeping track, but I've done about 3/4 to an inch this week, and it is 355 stitches long, and you knit it about 7 inches wide. I have this much left of the first ball, and it is a DK weight, and I have one more ball of yarn to go. So to be honest, I'm probably going to just use it till I run out. So that is my husband's project. And then last is my Flax Light sweater. And several of you have said you're either in the process of knitting it yourself or you're thinking about doing it. So let me find... I haven't done as much on it this week because I've been really concentrating on the shawl, but you can see where I was last week right here. So I have knit probably about 1.5 inches up here. So there it is. I can hardly wait to finish the sweater because it's not a heavyweight sweater, but it is wool, so it's going to be warm. But I just love the colors of this. I like the way it's turning out. And even though I made the mistake on the sleeves and did them entirely in garter stitch, to be honest, I really do like it. So yeah, there's the sleeves, and you can see this is done in stockinette. There you can see a little bit better. So yeah, I am really happy with it and the way it's turning out. So let's check out what you all are making now. Now we have a new segment that I'm going to introduce this week because I thought it would be kind of fun. I was talking back and forth with Pam Phillips, who has this all kind of enamored with the Fractal Doily, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But also last week had shown a picture of a project she was working on called the Pineapple Swing Vest. And the yarn in it was really, really pretty. So she and I got to talking back and forth in the email, and she made it with ice yarn. And so I was asking her, I said, so what do you think of ice yarn? Because I've heard of it. I've seen it advertised before, but I've never purchased any. So she kind of gave me a little review of what she thought of it. And I thought, let's start a new segment. There's so many different yarns out there that a lot of us either can't get hold of or don't know much about it, and you want to know about it before you buy it. So I don't need to be the only one doing yarn reviews. So I thought if you all have a yarn that you've tried that you would like to recommend or tell us a little bit about, send me some pictures and the information about the yarn, what you like about it or what you don't like about it. And send it to Katrinascreations at yahoo.com. So I thought we would start a new segment called Review This Product. And it doesn't need to be yarn. It could be crochet or knitting related. anything like that, I thought it'd be neat to just kind of share our ideas, what we think of it. So to get things started, I thought I would tell you what Pam thought of ice yarn. Number one, it's relatively cheap. She bought a 8-pack of yarn. Now there's 96, the particular brand, or the particular yarn she bought, because ice does come in all different weights of yarn. It comes in boucle, which is like fuzzy looking, kind of like zigzags. It comes in some novelty like eyelash yarns. It comes in some chunky yarns. You know, it has a variety. The type that she bought came in a pack of 8 skeins for $2.99. So that's really cheap yarn. She said she had never used anything like it before. It was a little different. But if you look in the picture, and I will insert some pictures right here. It does have a definite sheen to it, and just from what I can see of it, it looks like it's loosely plied. It reminds me a lot of this yarn, which is Carlton yarn. This is a micro acrylic, and if you look at it, you can see this is what I worked on my basket wave with. It's very, very loosely plied. In fact, it tends to be a little stringy, but it is extremely soft, and it has a sheen to it, not quite as much as the ice yarn does. But I think it's very similar, is my guess, just by looking at the pictures. So that is our yarn review. So thank you, Pam, for sending me that information. And like I said, any of the rest of you that would like to review a yarn or a crochet or knitting product, email me, and like I said, send pictures, tell me what you think, because it saves the rest of us. It's a lot easier to go buy something if you know what you're getting. Makes life easier. So or at least a little bit about an item rather than buying blindly. So yeah, I thought that would be a fun segment. Now let's get to acquisitions. If you watched my Knit Crate video, which went up on Thursday, again, you know what to do. There's the little eye. You will see it. So if you don't want to see ahead of time what I'm going to show, go over and watch that video and then come back. But anyway, this is what I got. And the colors in the video look a lot better than what they're showing up here, because they look teal here. It is actually kind of a turquoise with some different, there you can see some different shades of green in it. And there's 2 skeins. And it is Audine wool. It is a DK weight. The color is called Malachite. It is 50% alpaca, 30% merino, 20% nylon, and there are 236 yards or 472 yards altogether. So the patterns that came with it this month, and it could have come in the purple or the teal. I got the teal, of course. It's a turquoise teal. It's not a minty teal. The 2 patterns that were offered along with it were this knitted scarf, which I think is pretty, but the crocheted one I actually like better. Here it is. And it says it's an easy pattern, so I should be able to do it. Anyway, there it is. And I do like this one, so I'm thinking I'm going to make that pattern. If you are interested in Knit Crate, what I get is the membership box. It's a book like this, which has a knit pattern and a crochet pattern for the particular yarn that they sent you. It also includes a sock pattern, and here is this month's sock pattern. Now, they are always knitted sock patterns. They're not crocheted sock patterns. But it's a neat little magazine because it has the 3 patterns in it. It also tells you a little bit about the dyer, a little bit about the designer, and it gives you a sneak peek what the next month's color scheme is going to be. And if you're interested in trying out Knit Crate, you can get a 20% off of your first subscription box. So the first month you could get 20% off, but you need to use the coupon code KCreations20. Like I said, the box that I get is $20, and it is $24.99 per month, and that includes your shipping. It's not additional shipping in addition. The shipping is included in that price. So I got that acquisition, and then my mother gave me her knitting machine. Now, it's a very fancy knitting machine, and Karen over at SSK Yarners has been a huge amount of help because it turns out she's got the same machine. So I just picked it up today, so I'm going to show you pictures of it, but it's kind of in a heap at this point because I have to put the whole thing together. It's been sitting in a box for years. So anyway, I'm still getting it put together, but it turns out Karen has the same machine. So I might be getting in contact with her. My mom does have a whole bunch of videos that go along with it. And Karen told me some other YouTube channels that I could watch that would maybe be helpful with machine knitting it as well. I haven't decided if I really am going to enjoy this or not. My mom's been trying for years to give it to me, and it is an expensive knitting machine. However, I enjoy doing the hand knitting part of it, so I'm not real sure. I'm going to give it a try, but I took it with the understanding that if I didn't like it, that I could give it back to her, and if she isn't going to use it, she could sell it and get something she wants, because I'm just not sure yet if I'm going to use it enough to justify how much it costs, when I would rather her have the money, if she doesn't want it, to sell it and go do something with it. So, I mean, she gave it to me for free and just said, go have fun and play with it. And, which I really, really appreciate. You know, I just hope I use it enough to justify that. So, if that makes sense. Yeah, I would rather see my mom have the money for it and just her go get something she would really enjoy, since, you know. But anyway, we'll see. I'm going to give it a shot. And here are some of the pieces. I have no clue what they do. I do know that these antenna-looking things do something with the tension. And these are what the stitches go on to. Here is the carriage, and that's part of it there. And then here we have a bunch of, this is the rib carriage that does rib stitches, and this is the carriage knitter. I know this only because it says it. So that is my acquisitions for this week. Now let's talk about the doily along. This is the doily that I am going to be making. It's called the Fractal doily. It is by Essie Veris of Foxberry Jam. It is a paid-for pattern. I paid $3 and something. I forget exactly how much it was. I'll look it up. I'll put it down here how much it was in US dollars. It is available in English or in Finnish. This is the yarn I'm going to use, or the crochet thread that I'm going to use. Wow, that was really weird. It made the color go out when I hold it up like this. Anyway, I was going to use some other different colors with it, because I think it'd be really pretty to do in some spring colors, like each of these little segments over here in a different color, kind of like for spring, like Easter eggs. I thought that would be really pretty. But until I really get a grasp for the pattern, I'm sticking with something simple. We're going to go with one color, and then we'll go from there. Now, the doily along is going to run from March 1st until April 30th. You don't have to do the fractal. There's several of us that are going to do the fractal doily. You can do any doily you would like, as long as it's a doily. You can crochet or knit, because this is a crocheted pattern, but I know there's knitting patterns out there as well, so you can do either as long as it's a doily. The prize is as of yet to be announced, although I have a very good idea what I'm going to do. I just need to check into a few things yet. So we're going to start, like I said, March 1st, and there'll be more information about it next week. So, yeah, we have the doily going along. So now it's time for... In our Come and Get It segment this week, we have Leisure Arts is offering, they have a couple of doily books. Just so happens they've got some doily books. They are ebooks. One is called the Visionary Sense Doily. It's an ebook. It's for $5.99. They also have Elemental Achievement, which is also a doily pattern book, and it is $5.99. Over at Create for Less, they are offering up to 70% off on their clearance section. In Consumer Crafts, they are running a special only through Sunday, which would be February 24th. So if you're interested, you must get it in by February 24th. In their clearance section, which is already discounted, they're offering an additional 15% off. But you need to put in the coupon. You need to put in the coupon code ClearFeb19. I'll put it across here so that you can see it a little bit clearer. Over at Annie's, they are offering their doily, some of their doily yarns on clearance. They're running an average, and when I say doily yarns, it's this type of yarn. And they are offering them anywhere from the ballpark $1.29 to $1.99. Lion Brand has a sheep skate, play on cheapskate, a sheep skate special. They have a $1.49 for their super chunky London K yarn. It's not a whole lot of yardage because it's like really thick. It's like as thick as my finger. It reminds me of the yarn looking hair ties that I had when I was a kid. That's kind of what it looks like. Anyway, but that is on sale for $1.29 to $1.99. Or no, it's on sale for $1.49. I'm sorry. Then over at Bluprint, which is the old Craftsy, they have several of their Bernat yarns on sale anywhere from $2.09 to $2.96. Knit Picks has their Felici sock yarn on sale for $4.19 a skein. So that's cheap pair of socks if you want them. And that's it for the sales. I already told you about Knit Crate. And Hobium is always about 40% off. So there is that as well. Let me show you one other project that I'm going to be working on, because anytime I go to my yarn store for Knit Night, I do like to bring yarn or a project that I have bought from her, because I just think it's kind of tacky to show up with another type of yarn. So anyway, what I am doing, and she actually has made this pattern in the video that we did together about a month or so ago. This shawl was shown in there. I saw it in her shop and wanted to make it. So this is the Katia Darling, and it's like a smoky black, and then it goes to a maroon, kind of a wine red. You can see it right here. And there's some grays in there. I think there is a black, yeah, there's black in the center here. So it goes from a black to a gray, and then like a wine color, and then kind of a tomato red here. It's really, really pretty. And the pattern that I'm doing is a free pattern called Galaxy. It's very simple. You need 2 skeins of yarn. A lot of this is just strictly like up on top here. Right here is all, I believe it's garter or stockinette. It looks like it's stockinette. And all of the lace is worked in a garter, so there's no purling on the lace part at all. So it looks fairly easy, and it takes 2 skeins of this. So, and I have 2. So that's going to be my project that I'm going to be taking with me to Knit Night. And I thought I would talk about what I'm wearing today. See if I can roll back so you can see it a little bit. This is a shawl that I made. It's called, or that I designed actually. It's called Banner Unfurled. The original was done in red, white, and blue, and I made it for like wearing on patriotic holidays because I had no red, white, and blue. But this is in a variegated color, and it's showing up pretty true to color. It's in grays and variegated teal with gray, and then a solid teal or turquoise color here. And so it starts at this side here, and it stripes across. It gets bigger as you go. And then the very bottom has some beading, and then it has a picot edge at the bottom. It's a very easy shawl to do. It's not a big shawl like you would wrap around your shoulders. It's a narrow, it's more of a scarf type of shawl, or what they call a shawlette. So it's called Banner Unfurled. And just because I'm getting ready to get this pattern released, I thought it would be fun to just put a sale on all of my patterns right now. So if you are interested in any of my patterns, they are over in Ravelry. The link is down below. If you click Ravelry, my designs, it'll take you to that page. All of my patterns are 20% off to you guys. You do need to put a coupon code in to get that 20%, and it's KC20, and that will give you 20%, and that will just run for a couple of weeks. So anyway, if you're interested in that. Oh, one last thing. I almost completely and totally forgot. The winner of the pattern giveaway from 2 weeks ago has not come forward. I've tried to contact her any way I can. I can't get hold of her. I know she normally watches the videos, but I haven't been able to get hold of her, and she hasn't contacted me. So I am going to redraw a winner. So this is for the pattern for up to $8 US, a pattern over on Ravelry. So we had 83 entries, and the number that I drew when I redrew it was number 14, and that is Sabrina Cordova. So Sabrina, if you would get in contact with me at Katrinascreations at yahoo.com, or you can contact me through Ravelry. Let me know the patterns that you're interested, patterns that you're interested in, up to $8 US, and I will gift them over to you. And you have 2 weeks to get in contact with me. Otherwise, I think that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below. And if you click the little bell icon next to it, you will get notifications anytime I post a video, which is usually Saturday and usually Wednesday. So it'll let you know whenever I'm getting ready to post. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up helps because the more, it's like a popularity thing. The more thumbs up you get, the higher you go up in the food chain for the recommends videos. So anyway, that is it for this week, and I will see you again on Wednesday for the sock tutorial. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Bye.